that you take the lives of Kenyans contrary to the law. In this criminal law which establishes how somebody can be hanged. And I remember one time I was responsible for the Ministry of Home Affairs under Mzee Kibaki, and I was brought a list by the Director General of Kenya Prisons, and the list had over 3,000 people on the death row. The death row ni wale wanangojea tu kunyongwa. You hang by the rope, the judge will say, hang by the rope until you are dead. Pronounced dead. Anybody who takes life other than in accordance with the law is actually committing a crime themselves. But I can tell you, Mzee Kibaki and I looked at that list and we said, nobody has a right to take anybody else's life. Even Mzee Kibaki, who could have signed, decided to commute those sentences to life in prison. What we need to do, our legislators, is you now have to define what is the meaning of life in prison. What is the meaning of life imprisonment? I think is one issue which is outstanding. In Rwanda, they do not have a capital punishment under the constitution. By the way, the example of Rwanda is also worth following, CMA, because they have the gacaca courts, where to decongest the prisons, as your colleague has just said, you get people sitting, they take gacaca courts, they dispense quick justice. Those who have to forgive each other, forgive, they embrace, they cry together, and the society gets healed. Here in Kenya, it is punishment after punishment, breaking people's nerves and hearts. Abductions continue even as we speak, because I look at those Gen Zs who are sending what, wherever, and here we are referring to data protection, which is also getting violated, and they follow young people, they abduct them, they kill them. You will not go unpunished. And that does not mean I'm not a peacemaker. We are told here and clearly, you cannot have peace without justice. Yeah, and you can also have development, as the late Desmond Tutu say, without no development, without peace as well. So these things are not contradictions. The times we live in are perilous times, and Kenyans are feeling it. We want to tell Kenyans, you are not alone. Broad-based, we heard over the weekend that kuna wengine wanaperemende, so I called it bread-based, bread and peremende-based government. But that's okay, it's our country. That is not name-calling. You can be sure that you will never get from Mr. Wadi stone throwing. We will throw stones from our heads. Maybe sometimes we can do so with sharp criticism, but we will not take a panga and hurt a Kenyan. We will not get a stone and hit a fellow Kenyan. That is the message to the leaders. So let us be very sharp about this. Once again, thank you my brothers here and young Gen Z here. Kamau, according to me, broke a world record here Kenya. He drove from here to Luanda and drove back on Saturday. Young man driving himself. They have energy also, and they talk like Anifa. They don't follow any protocol. I just tell you, as for sure, we are not the type to walk out of a challenge. We face it head on. There will be need for, in order to consolidate opposition in Kenya, we will work with everybody. But if others walk out, of course we can't. Our sister Mother Karua, for example, walked out. She gave notice. I don't think that the DAP has given notice, or Wiper, or Jubilee. No. So, Chris, just report that nobody is walking out from this side, and the ones who have given notice, and because we believe it is good. It is good. When we talk to everybody going forward, yeah, we will talk to everybody so that we build a strong coalition So when you talk about strengthening, actually, I think what I can tell you, a time is coming when we'll ask everybody to validate their membership in Azimio and expand. Others come, others leave. Because Kenya Kwanza want to force everybody into one party, right? We want Kenyans to know there's space in our side of the coalition.
Okay, the second question.
I hope you have corrected your mind.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay, the second question. There seems to be a growing camaraderie between you and the former president regarding Ashura. This has led to some rumors and even speculation that
I think politics is about speculations and rumors. So you just have to use your mind again to know camaraderie, the spirit of camaraderie. Even you, I want to buy you, or you buy me some coffee. Amonlete kamongo. Right? People must be free to associate without, being insensitive. The time for hard talk is coming.